Men that don't like women. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. And heterosexual men at that. I think this is an interesting topic to talk about. My name is Nia. This is Talk with Nia. Nia Talks, and we're going to talk about it today. I think this is such an interesting topic. The point of men that don't like women but want to have sex with women and want romantic relationships with women and want just marriage and all that. There's a lot of men, and specifically I'm talking about the Black community right now. We can branch this out into all communities, but as you know, with my channel, I focus on everything Black. So we're just, let's talk about the Black community right now. And this is even including Pan-African, Africa, Caribbean. We're going to include that because this goes into the conversation of my little story time that I have. Not really story time, but just a little message that I had happening between me and a dude. And I was just like, ooh, I was like, child, I know you didn't just get rude just because I'm saying we not meant for each other. So I was on Hinge, and this dude, he was Nigerian. I didn't really know if I liked him or not. I just liked the experiences he had in his pictures. He looked very like worldly. He travels. I was like, oh, that's so cute. So we matched or whatever, and he messages me first, which, even though that doesn't matter, but so he's in my inbox. He's being very sweet, polite. So I'm like, okay, this might go somewhere. But I couldn't figure out if I really liked him or not. And I know when I like somebody, I like someone. Like when I like the way someone looks, they're my type. I know. I just know, and I couldn't figure it out. I was like, is he, like, the fact that I had to question, is he my type, means that he's not my type. Ultimately, that was it, right? But I'm entertaining this conversation for, like, maybe 5 minutes or so, and it gets to a point where I'm just like, hey, I don't think that we should really talk. Like, I don't think we're made for each other. And then I even told him in the message, I said, I don't really mesh well with Nigerian men for some reason, and he goes, well, maybe you just don't like Nigerian men, and I was like, not really it. I just said they don't really like me. So then continuing the conversation, there was a point in the conversation where I was looking at his photos and I was like, man, you take some bad pictures. Like these are awful. I can't even figure out if I like you or not, if I'm attracted to you, your body, whatever. I just don't know. And I just had to say it. So me being neurodivergent, I said it. And I said, you take bad pictures. I don't like your photos. I said that I'm not looking to have sex with you. I'm not looking for anything serious with you either. Maybe friends. Because he was being very kind, right? And throughout the messages, he was kind in the beginning. And then it got to a point where as soon as I let him know I'm not fucking you, yo, my guy sends a message saying, oh, well, what did he say? You saw at the end of that, he said, oh, y'all be on that podcast shit. He said something like that. And I was like, what? Because all I said in the message, and let's go backtracking. In the message I said to him, when a woman knows, they know, and when a man knows, they know. Specifically talking about men. I let him know, like, hey, when a man knows they want something, they do. And I wasn't getting that vibe from him. I was getting a vibe that, because he said, let's see what happens. He said some stupid shit like that. Sorry, I'm backtracking. He said, like, I'm looking for a good connection. Don't you hate guys like this? I'm looking for a good connection, and we'll see where everything goes from there. Like, no, nigga, if you not finna cuff me up, make me a wife, why am I wasting my fucking time? Like, let's be honest, ladies, don't waste your time. Like, if I could tell you anything that I've learned from last year with dating, don't waste, and midway through the year, let's say that last year, don't waste your time. Your time is precious. And if you let a man waste your time, they will do it. They will take advantage of it. It's not about a man just wasting your time for fuck's sake. It's the fact that you let him, right? And this is heterosexual conversations we're having. But just in general, let me say, just don't let anyone waste your time. You let them, they will. So I said that to him. I said, when a man knows, they know what they want. They will act on it. Men are hunters. They will act on that shit. When they don't see you as a wife or they don't see you as a future partner, anything, they're not going to act on it. They're not going to come correct. They're not going to come just over the top. And then you have some people that will say, oh, well, they could do all that and still be trash. Hell the fuck yeah. But imagine they don't even do that and they still trash. Like, come on. Like, let's step it up, the standards. So I was very kind because I felt bad for him. I was like, hey, and I could have just unmatched, right? But instead I was like, you know what, let me let him know why I'm unmatching, because it looks like he's trying to engage in a conversation. He's trying to keep it a little bit. But I'm telling you, when a man only wants sex from you, in the conversation, it starts out high, and then you notice it goes lower and lower and less and less and less. Because they can't keep it, their attention, they can't keep it up. You're not what they really want. You're what they want for sex. You're what they want for money, whatever. It doesn't matter. But you're not the dream girl. They're not acting correct. And he wasn't even my dream guy. So I was just like, girl, I should have just unmatched. I should have unmatched, but I didn't. I felt bad. I was like, hey, I was trying to give him some pointers too. Like, you know, when a man knows, they know. You will know. And a woman will know when you know. And then the fact that he said, oh, that's y'all podcast shit or whatever, just saying that black women or just women in general listen to podcasts to get their advice. No, bitch, it's called common sense. We're allowed to use our thinkers. We're allowed to use our fucking brain. Like, what type of Negro shit is that? I was like, are you serious right now? But I unmatched anyways. But this is a good moment to talk about how men don't like women. They don't. Not all men. I'm talking about men that want to have sex with women and intercourse, and they want to, you know, maybe go out with a woman, do all this. But at the end of the day, they don't like what women stand for. They don't want a woman who has a brain of her own, who has her own money, her own cash. These particular men want women that are worthless and see themselves as worthless. And I'm telling you right now, there is no woman out there that is worthless. We all have worth. But it's when you let someone make you feel that way and you start acting that way and being a low-life dirty dog just like that man, then you're worthless. Yes, then you're worthless. But I want to have this conversation because it's serious. Like, it's something I had to learn in dating. I was like, wow, you thought they were heterosexual and they liked women. No, they don't. They hate, they despise women. There's men that despise women but want to uphold the whole I'm a man masculinity thing and don't want to be gay or seen as gay. It's the truth. So please beware of these type of men, because for a man to say that I get my knowledge from a podcast, if y'all got any podcasts, drop them in the comments. I'm cool with that. I love a good podcast. I have nothing to listen to right now. The only podcast I be listening to is Campfire Radio. Like, come on. Y'all know I love some Campfire. So anyways, my point is a lot of men that want to date women hate women, and you can't ignore that fact. Now, a man that loves women and wants to date women will show that. They will show that shit. And when it comes to buying you anything, treating you amazing in the bedroom, putting you first and having you happy, you will know when you know. When someone just genuinely wants to see you happy. Now that's somebody who loves a woman and loves you. They want to see you happy. They want to see you succeed. They want to see you get to the top. That's the type of man that you want to be with. And also, I want to say this too. When a man can't be at their fullest potential just because they suck, that's when they start to say, I hate women. And a man that has a terrible mother as well will say, I hate women. A man that can't understand what their mother did for them as well, I hate women. So when you're going through this whole dating thing, just know that what's going to save you is cutting the shit early. I cut the shit early. Like, it was maybe 5 minutes of texting, and I said, the fact that I have to ask myself, am I attracted to you, means I'm not. Because I know, like I said, a woman knows when a woman knows. I know. And his photos were so bad, and I was just like, ugh, it's just giving you a being kind. You did a kind swipe. We do that sometimes, right? We give a little kind swipe. Don't ever do that again. Because it's not worth it, especially when they're not your type. It's like, what in a waste of... Yes, my 5 minutes is precious. It's precious. Fuck am I wasting time for? For who? So, when you're on these dating apps or just in general, like, if you know the conversation's not going the way that you want it to go, it doesn't sound smooth, it's not natural, it's not fun, just end it. Unmatched, because a lot of the times we will have so much hope because everyone seems like there's such trash out here, right? We have so much hope, like, this is the one, this is the one, this is the one. And then it's revealed that they trash themselves once you start speaking the truth, right? So this is what I mean, like, you could really get in a funk as a woman where you're like, man, I just want to go on a date. I just want one experience, like, it's been a minute or whatever, or, oh, this conversation seems like it's okay. But look, like, literally that dude came at my neck just because I said I won't have sex with you. Came at my neck. And those are the type of men, when you go on a date with them, be very cautious. Because you don't know. This is what I mean by clock that tea early. Clock their tea. Clock their shit early. clock their shit. Like, for real, when I tell you, when you are going out with a man, clock it early. Even before the date, clock it early. Know what he's thinking. Know his political views. Know his religion. Know where he came from. Know his auntie's name. I don't care. Clock that T. Because imagine going on a date with a man like this, where I just said, hey, I don't want to have sex with you. I don't want a romantic relationship with you. And then he going to throw out a little comment like that saying, y'all be on that podcast bullshit. Y'all get me with that one. Like, what? Because imagine if, once again, I said no to sex. And it's crazy because I've had an experience where I went out. It was like a Nigerian older man. I told y'all about this experience on my channel. Go check out that video. It's about like NYC clubbing. I told you how this dude was like pressing me about how much money he had, all this, and I just wanted him to get out my face. And this is why I want to say to my friends, stick together, because she was with me and then she left because she thought I was entertaining the shit. I was like, no, the shit was just awkward. The man was drunk. He was spitting. So that's another thing. Girls, protect each other. If you see your friend, a man is not it, right? He's drunk, all up in your friend's face. Pull your friend back and tell that dude to get fucking lost. Don't walk away. Sorry, that's just something I want to say out there because that's happened to me. But this dude, Nigerian dude, speaking to me, talking about, oh, I got this many cars and da-da-da. And I'm like, I don't fucking care. But this is what I mean. And then he got the nerve to say, I don't like the way you dress. Nigerians don't like that. I have this many cars. Come outside with me. Come outside with me. I have a jet. Da-da-da. I don't give a fuck. Like, I just can't stand Nigerian shit. I'm sorry, but I don't know. Maybe a Nigerian man would change my mind, but I have my mind made up. I have my mind made up on how Nigerian men act and my experiences, and I just don't fuck with it. But yeah, with that being said, me saying no several times to that man, and we were in a public setting, but he still wasn't getting out of my face, could have been dangerous. It could have been so dangerous. And I made the initiative to slide my way. You know, I walked away, I took my drink, I was like, oh, I'm out of here. But it could be dangerous. Like, what I'm trying to say to y'all is just think about the fact that I was having a humble conversation with this man. And then all of a sudden, well, you tell him, no, I'm not fucking you. And they act like that. What could happen if no one was there? Think about how dangerous it is as a woman to date, specifically men. Dangerous. So use this story just to be cautious. Don't let anybody tell you nothing. Oh, well, let's just let the conversation flow and let's take weeks and weeks and get to know each other. If the vibe is not there, get the step and get the boot. Because this is when you get so emotionally invested into a fucking loser that you don't want to leave. So yes, it might hurt. Yes, it may feel like, man, I'm just checking things off the list. Everybody sucks. Yes. A lot of them on dating apps do. And we're going to talk about Hinge. What I've noticed on Hinge, and Hinge, I haven't gone on any physical date from Hinge, but I've gone on physical dates from BOK. And I want to talk about that because that's a huge difference. And it just shows. It shows the mindset of a lot of black men that are on Hinge. But we'll talk about that another time. But yes, if you don't like them, say you don't like them or not, unmatch. But it is very interesting when you get the response from them where they go from so kind and sweet and humble in the conversation, right? To all of a sudden rude and nasty. And that's a man you would have been sitting in front of having dinner, right? You don't know what could happen in person. It can get violent, right? You need to understand that. Men can be violent. There's men that hate women but want to have sex with women so bad. Because they can't be the man that they're supposed to be in society. They're angry. So be careful. All I have to say is I'm like, man, thank God I said something early because it would have dragged out a conversation because I was just going to unmatch where I was like, you know what? You were so kind in a conversation. So let me just tell you, give you a few pointers. Tell you, hey, you're not for me. I don't know what you want. But when a man knows, they know. Give you a pointer. All of a sudden, oh, you're too educated. You've been listening to podcasts. That's basically what he was saying. That's where you get all your knowledge from. You sound educated. The fuck? Because I am. Like, comment, and subscribe.